Black Metal Hails, and this time from United America. It's Vinyl Monday, so obviously we have a vinyl here for review, but this time also a CD. So, Ancient North is this one-man project that recently contacted me for a review, and here we have the debut album called The Gates. Unfortunately, this particular copy was a little bit damaged on the way here, but at least the whole vinyl is intact, and I don't really mind if there's a little damage over here. What matters is that the music is good, and I have this physical copy here, both on vinyl and on CD. So, one-man project from United States of America, from a state called Oregon, and this tinted vinyl is very simplistic, very basic, black and white, as you can see here, with the label here showing both sides. Very basic black and white vinyl, and in case you're wondering, there is nothing. Actually, didn't know if there was. I was just making a guess based how it felt. And also because this CD version is very much like that. Nothing glossy here, it's just white print on a black cardboard. Old English kind of a font with a little bit of decorations here and there. And this is how it looks like. No booklet, no lyrics, no statements, just CD and music. Well, with the bad photo, that is. Now, if there was one band that I would totally compare this Ancient North to, that would be Marduk. And all the way Marduk it is, except for this one cover track, which is by Darkthrone. And that is the second to last track here, Graven Tåkeheimens Saler. As you can see, it's a Darkthrone cover track. And unfortunately for this solo project, it is also the best track on this album. Now, make no mistake, this album is still worth listening to. Why so? Because it's so goddamn Marduk-like. Now, before we get into the Marduk portion of the review, because there are going to be lots of Marduks here, the funny thing is, with this Darkthrone cover, the production of this album, which is somewhat crude and kind of homemade, but not bad by no means, actually the production fits the Darkthronian style here a lot better than what it is doing for Marduk. But that doesn't really matter, because all in all, it's pretty good, and that's all that matters. Vocals wise, this actually reminds me of Legion, the previous vocalist of Marduk. Some people would even say the golden era of Marduk in the 1990s. But because Marduk has been putting out some nice albums throughout the 2000s, I wouldn't so much go as say Marduk was in the 1990s, having the golden era pretty much all the way consistent in quality and style, and that's what matters. So where in fact The Gates by Ancient North is then falling to, and I would say roughly thereafter Opus Nocturna, around maybe Heaven Shall Burn, maybe before Panzer Division Marduk, but roughly that era. The thing here is, all the songs are fast tempo, rather simple riffs, that is not too many notes per single riff, and all the way through it's like it's blasting. It's fast and blasting all the way through, having this intense and fierce atmosphere, which then again complements the whole feeling here. I mean, it's dark, it's very basic, it's very traditional second wave kind of a black metal. This is something that could have come out, I don't know, circa 1994, and you would be like, yeah, I know the year, I know all the bands and notes, etc. This was just forgotten right there. So coming to the party some 30 years more like late, doesn't really matter, because this seems kind of a timeless. So having this a little bit homemade feeling to the production, it's totally fine. Having those kind of a dry, raspy vocals, it's just fucking good. But the downside is, and there is pretty much always a but, in this case the but is, this doesn't really hone the thing. I mean, this doesn't really take it to the next level. So this is more like by Marduk fans, for Marduk fans, instead of like, hey, let's take some Marduk and let's challenge them in their own game and make a little bit better one. So all I'm saying is, this doesn't really compete with the best of Marduk, but with the weakest of Marduk, or even the, average parts releases by Marduk. Yeah, definitely. So Ancient North is definitely done here with a rather decent album. I mean, it's all the way very, very listenable. It's quite an enjoyable thing here, but it's not just, blowing our minds. That could have been otherwise had this been out like 1994. But in 2021, not so much. But still, definitely worth listening to. I really can't get any kind of bad vibes of this. I really can't bitch about it too much. I'm just saying you need to be kind of a Marduk type of black metal fan to get everything out of the gates. And even still, you probably are going to make these comparisons like I am doing here. So, if you're into Marduk and the like, kind of a black metal, this is definitely right up your alley. And if not, well, this is not going to change your game or mind. Thanks for watching the review. Should you have comments or questions, let me know in the comments box below. See ya.